Within this podcast, you will find themes of an adult nature, including, but not limited to, alcohol, tobacco, drugs, firearms, cursing, and other such adult-themed references. If this disturbs you, please leave.
Hello and welcome to Duel Thought. I am JJ and this is
TR.
Today we've got several topics that we're hoping to cover, but for the first of these, we are going to start off with something we stopped off on last episode. That is the dark side of the internet. I know that this may be unusual to some of you, but there is a program called Tor. It's a browser kind of like Chrome and Firefox and Internet Explorer. It lets you browse uncategorized files under the internet. It has things such as business spreadsheets or hidden URLs, but basically this software gives you a random IP address and lets you surf the web anonymously with no tie to where you are or who you are, and it also lets you browse sites that aren't available on current mainstream things such as Google or anything else. These are browsers that end in .onion. So I'm going to turn it over to TR right now to discuss the dark side of the internet.
I'm sorry, JJ. This is sounding pretty illegal here, isn't the dark side? As you're talking about, this is kind of like the black market, isn't it? Is kind of what you're saying. The things that you get illegally here. This is the underground, not the Underground Railroad. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here, but this is the underground of it all, isn't it? It's sounding pretty illegal to me here.
Well, yeah, underground would be the correct term to use here, but illegal, not completely. It has a surface to it. Think of an iceberg. When you think of an iceberg, it only shows about 10% on the top, correct?
Well, should we think of the iceberg like the Titanic iceberg, or should we think about a normal iceberg?
Even like the Titanic iceberg, only so much
shit's going down.
Exactly. But if you look at an iceberg, only about 10% of what you see is on the surface.
This is true.
90% of what you don't see is underwater level.
This is true.
We can look at this as the internet. 10% of what you see is on the surface. 10% of what you see is available through Google, through Firefox, through any website that you want to browse that is normal.
Wait a minute. So you're saying I'm only seeing 10% of the porn I should be?
Well, maybe not porn-wise, but 10% of the entirety of the internet. From beginning to now, only 10% is visible. And what I mean by visible is cataloged. Cataloged meaning it has gone through a server index
the
such
things
as
that are regulated by the government and those who actually pay attention.
Well, not even regulated, but shit that, like, say Google or Yahoo or Bing have gone through and marked as this is a website.
So yeah, it would be regulated then. I mean, they regulate their website. They pay attention. They say what can be shown. That is regulating, isn't it?
Well, regulating would be saying this is known, but you can't see it. Whereas Google does this is what's out there. Now it's up to somebody else to say what you can and can't see.
Oh, so you're saying that this dark web, the dark internet, it's not known. It's nobody knows of it so far.
Pretty much, yes. Basically, it is the under bit of the iceberg. It is the 90% that you don't see. And I'm not going to say most of this is profound shit either. A lot of what makes up the dark side of the internet or the dark web or the underbelly of the internet is basically spreadsheets. Spreadsheets and files from corporations that have no tag on it. It's just out in cyberspace.
So how is this helpful for the common Joe?
Well, for the common Joe, it allows anonymity, which when you think about it, is a scary term. Anonymity meaning I get to go on and there's nothing tying me to what I am doing.
Yes, nobody can know who you are.
Basically, yeah. If you're the average Joe signer on, you're looking at this more for the ability to make it so that you can surf the web without giving up what you're surfing. With this type of technology, you wouldn't want to use like your regular email address or a known Facebook address because that destroys the anonymity. But for things like forms and posting wise, it completely puts you from your content and separates it so that nobody knows it was you that posted it.
Well, isn't the point of posting things to have people recognize who you are?
Well, for us here, yes, because we're not doing things that are considered against the current government.
So then it is against the law.
What do you consider against the law?
Well, it depends on why you have to have the anonymity to post things. I mean, what type of things are you talking about posting?
Well, here in America, there are so many things that if you say in anything that is against the president or against a member of the government, saying, even if you're joking with a friend going, hey, look, I thought of this great plan to bomb Obama, Secret Service is going to get a hold of that.
Actually, I think it's more of Homeland Security that gets it more than anything else.
Homeland Security or Secret Service. Either one of these services are going to hear this, pick it up as keywords, bomb threat, and immediately pick you up. So if you're trying to joke around and do that whole thing, it's a good tool to avoid the whole harassment aspect of it.
What about those ones publicly known on Facebook or MySpace, Twitter, things like this, open networks where they have joked and made photography jokes about the president, even the black jokes about the president eating chicken, or the jokes of any kind of simulation between Obama and Bin Laden, or what about the open conversations on public internet where they do say Obama has done a horrible job and how they'd love for him to be impeached or died off or anything like that. Those people are not being arrested. Those people are not being stopped. What makes that different from... Well, I can see the bombing problem, because you can't say bomb on an airplane. You can't say, terrorist in an airport. I mean, there's few words you can't say in select places. But what makes it really that different from openly saying our president fucked us? Straight up dropped the ball. He made promises he did not actually achieve. I mean, do we have to be politically correct about it, or can we say he is straight up fucking is a douche? I mean, do we have to go on a dark internet in order to say he's a douche? Can we say that in open internet?
All right, I'm going to answer this in two parts. I'm going to say in the U.S., in where we live, it is a lot easier to say things and get away with it. It is a lot easier to say, hey, look, the president said he was going to do this. He's actually doing this. He's a bullshitting motherfucker, and it doesn't matter what the hell he says, he's going to contradict himself. There is a big difference between us saying this and, say, like Iran saying that their leader is a bullshit dictator and that he needs to get out of office. Iran, Libya, Korea, China, they all have filters on their internet that go through them before it goes on the main internet. And they're the ones that do a veto on it, which means if you've got something to say that's against your government and your government doesn't want people to see it, they can cancel it. This program gives you an allowance to put what you want to say about your government without any repercussion from it.
So pretty much what you're saying is the dark net, the dark internet, the black market of it all is pretty much more beneficial for the other countries. I mean, here in America, we are the ones that have the freedom of speech that can straight up just say, hey, our president is a dick. I mean, personally, come beat my door down, see what happens. I will straight up say our president fucked up. Personally, myself. I mean, come on, JJ, can't you agree with me on this? The president fucked up. He did bad and fucked up. And I have no shame in saying it. But I can see how other countries don't have that right that we do. We do have that freedom of speech. We do have the opportunity. We have the technology, for that matter, to podcast like we are doing now. We have the freedom to sit in our home and talk on a microphone, where other countries may not have that kind of opportunity. They may have to use the dark net. They may have to go underground to get their point across. My question is, what benefit does the dark net or the underground really do for America?
All right, well, I'll answer that with this. Can you start a revolution with talk?
Of course you can, if enough people listen.
Well, so a lot of revolution is action. A lot of revolution is getting people behind you. We don't have that in America, and you really don't see a push for a revolution in America because, honestly, I think we're lazy, but
I'll agree with you on that, JJ. We honestly, I mean, there's been a lot of talk throughout the years here. The last, I'm going to say 10 years of the revolution party of we need to stand up against our government. We need to do right. I mean, there's even a song out now. I don't remember exactly who it's by. I think it's New Drowning Pool. I'm not completely sure. I'm going to have to do the research on that. I don't remember. But there is a song out now that, what do we want? Revolution. I mean, straight up on the airwaves, it is saying, what do we want? Revolution. And that is what the American people actually want. It's just we have too many people that are scared. They're scared the fact that if they stand up and say, I want a change, that they're going to have military at the door.
I'm not so sure about scared. I think that we are more of a talk nation than an act nation at the point. We want to spew all this garbage about what we want. We want all this change to happen because we say it, but we're not willing to do anything for it.
In that case, JJ, I'm going to give this issue out. Our old website, we are changing now to Dual Thoughts. Dual Thought, not plural. So we need to come up with new email and new Facebook and stuff like this. All right, I want anybody that listens that actually wants a revolution, that wants to stand up. I want you to go on to 3 Men and a Mic. It's all one word. 3 Men and a Mic, one word, on Facebook. And just message or comment on the page the number 2. Everyone that wants to do something so that me and JJ can actually quote this and understand there is a following that really does want a change in the world to get things started here. I mean, all we can do is talk, right? All we can do is get everybody to come together. And I think that's what this podcast is supposed to be for, isn't it? To get everybody to come together, to get every listener to actually listen to us. I want everybody to go on 3 minutes a mic and post the number 2 if you agree with us.
And I'm not saying that we won't rise. I'm saying that if in fact we do want to rise, this program can help us, because there is a lot going into planning and executing a revolution that if any of that is caught on any public airway, your revolution is screwed. With this ability for anonymity, you have the ability to communicate with a lot more people across a lot larger space than your local town without having to worry about it being on a public airway and tied to your name. You can start a revolution on the dark web where you can talk about a revolution on the surface web.
Well, I think the main problem is starting a revolution and talking about the revolution is two different things. I mean, I agree with you that we're a talk nation. We need to do more than just talk. We need to get a source of coming together and let's just do it. Let's make the stand. I mean, if we all just got to buy plane tickets, go down to Washington, D.C., and just stand in front of the White House and pick at the fucking thing. I mean, nobody's done that, have they? Because in the fear of the Secret Service coming out and going, you can't do this. Who said it's freedom of speech, isn't it? Isn't it? Can't we stand in front of the White House and go, you're a dick? Can't we do that?
We can. It is part of our freedom of speech, and it is also our part of freedoms to peacefully assemble. But if that assembly, and we've seen it throughout our history as an American people, with our history for women's rights, with our history for black rights, when you stand opposed to what is in law now, you always have a fight back, even if it is a peaceful assembly, even if it is just a march on to D.C., there's going to be some repercussion because it does not fall in with modern dictation.
Okay, so I've got an idea then. I do. We just watched a program the other day, right, about the last time the pot shops got closed down in Fort Collins. We just watched this one, and they didn't give up. I mean, hell, it's live and booming in Fort Collins now. Because, I mean, that was back in 2012, like that idea, when they got shut down. In 2013, 2014, they all got brought back. And they're booming in Fort Collins. So let's take their stand. In fact, here's my shout out. Every pothead, because we're not a violent people. We want a peaceful fucking protest. Here we go. Potheads. All right. Every last one of you potheads. Let's go march down to Washington, D.C. and let's protest the White House. I mean, hell, we're not violent. Let's smoke a bowl, stand in front and go, dude, you're a dick. Let's get a change. And across the nation here, how many potheads are there? 1 billion? How are they going to turn down 1 billion people?
Depends. How large are our penitentiaries?
Not large enough, JJ. Not large enough.
I'm sure. I mean, they weren't large enough during the interracial movement either, but they crowded 50 to 60 in a cell. I'm sure if we marched on federal land, being the White House, with the federal prosecution... Wait.
No, JJ, I'm going to have to stop you for 1 second. I did not say we are marching on to federal land. We are not going to touch the White House lawn. We can stand in front of it. That is public land, not federal land.
Even still, it'll still fall within regulations saying that federal-wise, any use of marijuana in the open, or federal-wise, any use of marijuana, period, is a minimum prison sentence.
And I do agree with you, JJ. I do. I said let's go smoke a bowl and then go do this. dude, smoke a bowl in your car. Don't bring it to the fucking White House. You're just dumb if you do that. Come on, potheads. Let's get a brain. Come on, we at least have one brain cell working. I know I don't. I mean, I do, I swear.
Well, I had to make sure. I mean, there are the potheads that would think, yeah, let's camp out on the White House lawn and smoke a bowl.
Yeah, man, let's get high with the president, man. That'd be awesome.
And then we can do some mushrooms, man.
Yeah, man. We'll
Legalize
trip it
out.
Man.
No, that's not going to happen.
Sorry. But no, you cannot. And they still qualify it as drugs, even though we all know it's not drugs. They still qualify it as drugs. So you cannot do drugs with the president. Sorry. Get high, then go to it. They can't arrest you for under the influence because, shit, it's legal.
All right. Now for the serious question here. How are you going to tie this back to the dark web?
Actually, let's go on your dark web and get everybody together. In fact, all the potheads unite. Let's go to this dark web. Give the website one more time, and let's all get on this dark web and unite and go do this.
All right. So if you didn't hear that, this is the Onion Tor browser. It allows us.
Onion News, not the Onion News.
It allows you to go onto the internet anonymously with a IP address that is not yours. You may here soon see a form that we can post on for a movement of potheads on the White House.
I think I want to name this as Potheads Unite, really. I mean,
all right, so the name of this episode may be Potheads United.
It's a green movement.
All right, so, well, I think we've had quite a bit of time on the dark internet, and we've gotten off topic quite a little bit. So I want to bring the topic to a new bit of something. I want to see what your opinion on what's the worst word in the English language right now?
Are we talking the worst word for men or the worst word for women?
I'm talking the worst word you can pull out, either man or woman. If you're, like, say, in a bar and you see somebody and the first worst word you can think of to call them.
Oh, I think if you're a guy, the worst word you can say is, oh, look, there's that cunt. Because, I mean, dude, women still hate the word cunt. That is the worst word in their vocabulary. Women, you know damn well right, you agree. You hate that word. And we all know that. That's why we
deny it all you want. It's true.
You can, dude, women are all, I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. But you call them a cunt, oh, you're fucked. You are not getting laid for like 20 years. You're done. I swear there's a social network with women already. You know what? You're being a cunt. Dude, you're done. They already called all of their friends and you're shut off for that country that you're in. Hey, baby. Oh, no. I heard 3 months ago you called her a cunt. Oops. I mean, that is the one word I'm going to say in the English dictionary is the worst word.
I kind of actually agree on this. I mean, history-wise, we have always been taught that the F word, the F-bomb, if you drop the F-bomb, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
If you drop the oh, fuck word, that was the worst thing you could say. And even still, I realize that if you're going word-wise, a singularity word is kind of a horrible word, but it's just a word. You really need the substance behind the word for it to be considered bad. I mean, even if you look at fuck, it's just an acronym for something that was way far back that we've all lost touch with.
And that's exactly what I was just going to say. I mean, what makes the word actually bad? I mean, all right, fuck. There's no actual definition besides fornication. on that word. I mean,
Fornication under King's commandment.
this is true in Old English terms. Yes, this is the actual name of fuck. So the fucking nail. So I'm pretty much just saying the fornication under King's commandment nail. I mean, really, is that a bad word? Really? I mean, shit. It comes out of your fucking backside. Dude, I shit every fucking day. Everybody does. Ass, that's where my shit comes from. Bitch, female dog in heat. Or, a woman being a bitch. Okay, that not technical term, but still, there's some women I know that are bitches. A dick, well, we all men have one. Plus, it's kind of in the American English terms, means somebody being rude as fuck. Which then again, we come back to fuck. So, I mean, it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't thing. And I mean, there we go, another one. Damn. Structure made by beavers to contain water.
Or humans.
That's true too. The Hoover Dam. These are not words that should be taken so literal. They should be taken as the American English verbs. Is verb the right word? Noun?
Maybe pronoun.
Yeah, this.
Adverb, possibly.
Either way.
Definitely not an onomatopoeia.
Come on, I want a pia? No, honestly, there should not be this much feeling into these words. These words are normal in America. It's been around since forever. I mean, I know I'm 33, so the last 33 years of my life, I've known fuck, shit, damn, ass, bitch, bastard, cunt, all of it growing up. So there's 33 years. Let's go another 33 back, and I'm guessing it's the same damn thing. They all know it too. Like, how is it that we've gotten so offended by these words now, where they have been used for the last 66 to 120 years?
Oh, by far. I mean, I think it's honestly ridiculous in a society where we have to bleep out fuck in a show, but we do not have to bleep out I want to throw a baby into a grinder to see its guts come out in an infantile bloodbath.
Wait, should we bleep that out, though? I mean, wait, oh, wait, no, we're not supposed to watch that. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I can come up with a string of...
That was a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take me serious.
I can come up with a string of clean words. A bunch of words that we consider available to speak out loud in public and make it sound more terrible than the word fuck will ever be. How about this one? I'd like to have my infantile crush to a bloody mesh grilled on the barbecue grill and fed to me with lettuce, tomato, and barbecue sauce. Add a little bit of blood just for the flavor.
Well, you make me hungry, but no, I think they still would.
Hungry for baby flesh?
Actually, there's more than barbecue. No, I think that people would still be offended.
It's the offensive to the...
It's the baby thing.
I think it's offensive to the content of what it's in, as opposed to the offense of the word. And I don't understand how a word, a single word, something that we coined and created years back, can be evil or bad or a curse or whatever.
Right, so let's stop being offended by the word barbecue, okay? I'm tired of it. Oh, you mean fuck. Sorry. Anyway, different topic.
This is not for Facebook.
You're not allowed to say the word Facebook.
All right, so I'm going to get us onto a topic that is slightly related to this.
All right.
Um,
This one then.
Ratings have seemed to have changed, and it will go with the whole curse word thing. Ratings, when they came out, they seemed to be more stringent than they are now. What do you think on this?
And actually, we did talk about this earlier. We did have this conversation briefly, that is, and that's why I told you.
Oh yeah, we wanted to save it for this.
Yes, and I appreciate the fact that you did bring it up. Yes, actually, I agree with you. Ratings have changed. Back in my day, I hate saying that one. Back when I was younger, okay, let's go with that. Back in the 90s to the early 2000s, okay. I'm not that old, people, okay, come on. So back then, even the Scream movies verged on the PG-13 to R. I mean, the Scream movies were almost an R. And nowadays, dude, the slight bit of blood is a NC-17. Now we whip out the tit shots on almost every movie. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see a boob. Don't get me wrong, I like that idea, but still, I'm a man, But yes, the ratings have changed so drastically that now a PG movie is these, not Shrek, but the other ones that are, in fact, actually, that was the one that brings Shrek is a PG, or was it PG-13 around in there? Is it PG? Okay, and they make, I think it was Shrek 3, that made a reference. Sorry, searching for the word. Made a reference to marijuana. The guards came down to arrest Shrek, Donkey, and Boots. They had Boots against the wall. It was filmed like it was filmed of cops. Bad boys, what you gonna do? The show Cops. I don't know if everybody knows that one because I don't know if it's still on air, but...
Oh, it is.
All right. I'm not that old. I swear. But they made this reference, and they pulled a bag of catnip. Pulled a bag of catnip out, and Boots straight look. Oh, that's not mine. I was holding for a friend. I mean, come on, that's a marijuana weed reference right there. Though I found it hilarious as hell. I don't think everybody did, and I think that it was not supposed to be termed as PG, because is that really what you're showing your 5-year-old daughter?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I do agree that ratings have started to slip. I mean, when NC-17 was introduced, it was really nude content must be 17 to watch. Mm-hmm. It was really about the fact that there is sex in this movie. It's not a porn, but there is sex and nudity in this movie.
At least brief nudity.
At least a brief amount of nudity, which means that you should not let your under a teenage kid watch this. And then there was the rated R, which was not appropriate for anybody under 18, which had all your curse words in it when I was young.
Sex scenes.
Had your curse words, had your making out scenes, had your boob slips. Not really a sexual nature, but a nudity in a non-sexual content.
When I was a kid, ours was always what I looked for. Because ours were always, I know I'm going to see boobs. There was always a sex scene, well, softcore porn, if you want to call it. I mean, hell, look at Showtime or Skinamax, as we used to call it. Because after dark, you put on Skinamax, you got softcore porn. Everything's rated R, but it was straight up softcore porn. And nowadays, you get a dude's ass on regular TV. You do. I mean, I will flip channels and go to a movie that I know or something, or just a random show or whatever, and it'll be a shower scene, and you straight up got guy ass. Live and on TV. That's not censored anymore. You still can't get boobs on TV, but you can get guy ass.
Hell, you can almost get a guy dick on TV anymore. But anything related to a female body in any way, whether it be a nip, whether it be a boob, whether it be a vag, it's like obscene anymore.
Now here, JJ, I want to pose this into it too. Why is it okay that a dude can show everything but the ding dong berries, but a woman can't even show a damn thing? Like, as long as her nipples are covered, she can put pasties on, and it's okay. As long as the nipples are covered, it's all good. But you cannot get the full boob effect.
I've never understood this myself because, I mean, even as a guy, if you're walking across a beach, every guy, what's the traditional guy swimwear? A pair of trunks. Nothing on top, a pair of trunks going out swimming.
Speedo.
Well, even still, nothing on top, a pair of shorts, something covering the bit and two tackles, something covering your meat and two bits. That is so different from a female. Both of us have nipples. Both of them look about the same. There's no difference between them.
And JJ, I think I'm a little bit more closer to the woman. I mean, I'm a fat boy myself. I do have the man titties. The only difference is I got hair in mine.
I think the only difference is that you're a man.
Well, I mean, yes, of course, but still.
But it comes back down to, why is it okay that a guy has nipple showing, but a girl showing any sort of nipple is wrong?
Well, I think it comes down to the fact that, women feel it because back in the, 30s, 20s, all of that, they were oppressed and all that stuff. They still want to do the whole women lib thing. They want to also save their sexuality, and because they know damn well right that, well, boobs are attractive to men. They are. And any dude out there knows that boobs are attractive. They don't know why, but they are. I mean, JJ, come on, you know it.
Oh, absolutely. If I had a pair of chesticles, I'd be playing with them day in, day out. I can't tell you how much I'd squeeze them, but there is something about the boob that guys like. It's just, why is it so bad to show a nipple? Why is it the nipple and not the boob itself?
Well, I think it's the same reason they kind of gave on the show we watched earlier. I mean, yes, it was a spoof movie. It was completely moronic and completely fucked. What was it? Teeth was the name to it. Oh, good God, people, do not watch that movie. Do not do it.
Unless you're really, 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 really high.
And even then, don't do it. The movie is fucking stupid. Pretty much a girl's vagina contains teeth. She bites dude's dick off. I mean, give good justice to her for the one dude because he tried to rape her. Fuck yeah, bite the dick off. I'm down with that one, but all the rest of the damn movie, fuck that. But basically, it's the same thing they covered in that one. Modesty. Women have always tried to obtain and preserve their modesty and all of this because what if women were walking around naked constantly?
Do we have modesty in this day and age anymore? Honestly, do we have modesty in this day and age anymore?
I'll answer that with this. If women were walking around every day, all day long, let's say for the next 5 years of your life, every woman you see was, let's say, top up naked. Because, I mean, you don't really, I mean, once you see a vag, I mean, same thing as seeing a dick. You see one, you see them all. Boobs are different, of course. But let's just put it at this point. Let's say all women, in your viewpoint for the next 5 years, walked around naked. After that 5 years, would you still desire them?
Well, I'd say after 5 years it'd become commonplace to see a woman naked. So
And I think that is exactly the answer to our whole thing of why even covering the nipples is still one of those things, is because it still leaves that little bit of mystery, that little attraction. And I think they have found this little key to keep us going. They know damn well and right that if they show all at all times, after a while, we're not going to care. But if they keep hiding everything and only showing a little now and again, we're going to be as a panting of a dog kind of thing.
I can damn well guarantee whether they were walking naked or not, if I saw a fine-ass female, I'd still want to bang that shit.
Hell, we do that today, even covered. Come on now.
So how's being naked in the streets affect whether you'd want to bang them or not? Even after 5 years, even after showing skin is commonplace, the simple fact that you're still attracted to them means that you're still going to fuck them.
Because I think if it's common, then they don't feel that they're worth anything at that point. Then it's just, you're there, you're a hole to stick my dick in.
Yeah, but women want all these rights the same as men. Why give them the same shit if they're not going to give the same shit in return?
Dude, no, they don't want the same rights as men. They want more rights as men. They want to have all of our rights, plus they want the rights that we have to bow down to them as well. I mean, don't get me wrong here. Yes, I think women should vote. Yes, of course. Everybody in the world should vote.
We're not being sexist on this, I swear.
I might. But no, I mean, no. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm not trying to be. But I'm just saying. Okay, they want the right to vote. We got it. Good. It should be. They want the right to free trial. Yes. Everybody should have that right. They want the right to not be beaten by a fucking man. Oh, fuck yeah, they should have that right. Don't get me wrong on that, because I will beat the fuck out of anybody that tries to touch a woman like that. They want all of the rights, but then they want more. They want the right that a man should have to bow down to them, give them everything in the world, just so they give something up. Fuck that.
No, I think that's more what women want to have sex with you than what women want legally.
Well, I think it's one and the same, actually.
All right. Well, anyways, let's move on from this.
Not being sexist. I'm not being sexist. Don't get me wrong here. Yes, we'll move on. Let me say one last thing. I'm not being sexist at all. I'm just saying that out of all the relationships I've ever been in and everything else, and all the times that I've been single, which is a lot, I've paid attention to women, and I've paid attention not only to women around me, friends, family, co-workers, and strangers. Not that I'm stalking. Only you. No, I'm just kidding. But also, I pay attention on movies, internet, and TV shows, and obviously most of those are made up, but there's some truth to art. You know, art imitates life. There's some truth to movies and music and TV shows and things like this. I'm just saying that, yes, women want to be adored and women want to be pampered, but they also want to be strong and independent, and they also want somebody to take care of them, but they want to take care of themselves. Then it's confusing as hell. I mean, honestly, as a dude, we cannot give every woman what she wants because she doesn't even know what she wants. And I don't think I'm blasphemy here. I don't think I'm talking on my ass. I think I'm nailing it on the point. I think JJ can agree with me here that women don't even know what they want. So how the hell are we supposed to know what they want?
All right, and on that, I'm just going to say I think there's a difference between being whipped, being controlled, and having equal rights. All right, so moving on. I wanna pose this because we've run into this a couple of times. I mean, we've been out to the bar and we've been drinking and we've decided to go, you know what? I don't want my normal. I want to mix it up. I want to see what's out there. What's with this stigma of an alcoholic drink and if you're a guy, it's got to be a beer or a straight up liquor?
Well, I think JJ that is because that when the whole gay society came out, no problem against them at all. Of course, I have no qualms against anybody that's homosexual at all. I'm just saying when the gay community came out and became popular on social media and when I say social media, I mean TVs, movies, internet, and all of this. When it became popular, they started making references to drink orders that, most people would think were fruity because they were tropical. And honestly, I mean, tropical drinks have been around for, way longer than the gay society. And not that I'm bashing at all, because I'm not. I'm just saying that they tried to put a claim on something that honestly is delicious. I'm a straight man, and I love Sex on the Beach or Bahama Mamas or Alabama Slammers or any fruit fucking drink. Dude, you don't get fat and you get drunk. Is there really a problem with that?
I don't think so. I mean, honestly, when I go out to the bar, the first drink that comes to mind is either a Sex on the Beach or a Bahama Mama for me. If I go to a bar, I want to be able to drink my alcohol without having to taste my alcohol. That's the entire point of going out to a bar, is to experience something that you don't have the ability to make at home, in my opinion. So when I go out to a bar, I want something that I can't personally make. Something where I can't taste the alcohol, but I know I'm getting the fucked up out of it. And if that means it's got some fruit juice in it, does that really make me a fruit?
And I think we can name a few drinks that normal people have every single day. Like, I enjoy it myself. I love my rum and cokes. Now, does it make me gay because I like to put Coke in my rum? I don't think so. Does it make anybody gay to have a tequila sunrise, as most people do? A lot of people. Or a margarita or a martini that has flavor to it. Or, for that matter, fruit wines. Things like this. I mean, does a drink really have to qualify somebody's sexual orientation? I don't think so. I think it takes a very shallow and inconsiderate person to comment on somebody's sexual orientation because of what they're drinking.
I agree. I think that if you're going out to the bar and you're ordering these drinks, it's because you're wanting to have a good time. It's because you're out with friends or even by yourself, and you really don't want a lot of these drinks, like the tequila sunrise. The tequila sunrise, you get a little bit of alcohol taste, but it's mostly fruit flavored. It masks the taste of the alcohol so well that
or Bloody Mary.
Yeah, even a Bloody Mary. Yeah, it basically masks it to the point where you can drink it without tasting the alcohol, without your system really going, hey, you've had a lot of alcohol. Personally, if I can drink something that tastes like Kool-Aid and I can power it back within 5 minutes, whereas opposed to I'm drinking a beer and it might take me 40 minutes, why the fuck am I not going to choose the one that's going to get me drunker faster than the one that's going to take me a longer time but make me look more manly?
And I agree with you as well. I'll take a $2 Bush and be good for about 5 minutes. And I get maybe a buzz after about 8 of them. And I take throw off the top of my head a Pirates Orange Hook Pussy cockwingle. I mean, some weird ass freaking drink combination of hell that's going to get me fucked up in 5 seconds, I'm going to take the fucking cockwingle rather than the fucking Bush.
And we even had this so much as the bar a couple of weeks ago. We were at the bar and you asked for a Blue Thunder, I believe it was, and it's
Blue Lightning.
A Blue Lightning. It's a drink that contains like 3 different alcohols and one little bit of splash of something else. Blue Caraco? Is that the splash or something?
Yeah.
Other non-alcoholic?
Yeah.
So basically, it's 3 alcohols with a splash of something non-alcoholic for flavoring.
Tequila, gin, vodka, and Blue Caraco.
Tequila, gin, vodka, and Caraco. Okay. And basically, when you got this, the bartender and even a patron went, "Here's your fruity drink," and the patron came over and went, "With the drinks that you guys are ordering, not to be offensive, but are you gay?" And I mean, how can you not take offense of that? How can you call a freaking drink that has so much alcohol something wimpy or pussy? I mean, it's a drink that has more alcohol than probably a Coke and rum would out of the bar. You're mixing lights and darks, which is going to get you more fucked up. How is that a pussy drink? Seriously.
Let's look at this one. A Darth Vader. Okay. This woman actually said that a Darth Vader was a fruity drink, a gay drink, because the 3 of us, me, JJ, and our good friend Dougie, we all were ordering different things. We have little bartender apps on our phone, and we're scrolling through these apps looking for something new, interesting. I mean, it's something new. Do we really want to be just beer men all of our lives and straight up fucking shots all of our lives? No, we want to experiment. We want something good to drink while we're drinking. We're going to get drunk. Why not just drink something good? So we're scrolling through and everything else. And I told the bartender at one point, you know what, just give me a Darth Vader. And this woman comes across and just, you guys are so gay. Okay, I will tell you what's in a Darth Vader. And audience, you tell me if I'm gay. Okay, there's 5 different alcohols. All of your whites, your triple sec, your gin, your tequila, your vodka, and your, what's the, no, I just said gin. I don't think it's rum. No, it's, there's one other white in there. I don't really remember. No, alcohol, not filler. Anyways, if you know anything about a Long Island iced tea, you know the 5 alcohols I'm talking about. The same 5 alcohols that are in a Long Island iced tea, except instead of sweet and sour and Coke, you're adding Jaeger. So a 6th alcohol with no filler. That is a Darth Vader. All right, 6 alcohols in one glass. Am I really that gay? Do I have to punch it up even more, or what's the status quo here? And we are running out of time. JJ, what are we going to do now?
All right, so right now we're going to start closing it up. I want to put out that we did have other things to talk about, including things on the paranormal, such as ghosts and aliens and Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster, and things that I was hoping that we'd touch on periodically throughout episodes. Along with, I want to make sure that we bring back weed every now and then on an episode or two, because, I mean, we do live here in Colorado, and we are in the kind of like golden era of weed here in Colorado. So for some of those that are out there within the U.S. that are looking to Colorado for the whole legalization thing, I want to make sure that we keep them in the loop of what's going on.
And JJ, I think I want to talk about pets. Are they as important as family? And I kind of want to go back on some other topics too, like the bullying on the internet that we had on the first episode. I want to talk about a few other subjects that really, like dreams. What do they really mean to us? These are things that I think we need to touch on in our next episode, and I think we have some time here. We may be able to cover this in just a moment.
Well, I don't know about that, but definitely these are topics that we are going to hit in future episodes. It may not be our next episode, but definitely within future episodes. And I'd like to, again, put this out there to you guys. Everybody that's listening, please. We look to you for help on suggestions. We want to know what you guys want to hear, so that it's not just us bantering to ourselves about random bullshit, but what you want to hear. So please get right down below this video is the comment section. Please leave a comment or whatever you want to hear, or we'll have a Facebook up here soon. I'll leave a link to that in the Facebook, where you can go to the Facebook and tell us what you think about it. You can talk to us, and you can also suggest future themes there as well.
And yes, JJ, that is a fantastic idea, and I will get started on that. Facebook and YouTube and whatever other accounts we need to put up, I'll get started on that immediately. I think also that I need to put out to our public is, please give us our ratings on what do you think of our show. Do you think that we're nonsensual? Do you think that we're just talking out our ass? Or do you think we're making good points? Give us your comments and your questions, because we do want to hear from you and we want to know what you think of us. This is TR coming at you live with
JJ, and I've been by your side. This has been Dual Thought, where we duel out the thoughts and topics that come out of our heads.